Morning all, I'm Johnny B and welcome to Sunny Coast Celtic episode 20. I believe that's 20 episodes already. You must be sick of listening to me by now. I probably am. Look, in regards to, we'll touch on a wee bit on the game during the week and probably both games for Celtic and Rangers, because obviously Celtic look like they're playing with absolutely no confidence at all. They look like every time they get the ball, they're in struggle street. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know which way to turn. So they're always talking, Brendan's always talking about procedures and how we do things and technical ability on players, decision making. But every decision they're making is wrong at the moment. They seem to be going back rather than forward. And I know we keep harping on about this, but it's just a joke at the moment. There's no confidence in that team. The only player that's playing with any confidence is Tenecti out in the wing. Everybody else looks like every time they get ball, it's like a fucking hot potato. What will I do with it? I don't know. I need to go back the way I've been told. Brendan needs to come out and tell us. I know he said he's no telling them to play back, but they wouldn't play back unless he told them. Years ago, and I keep going on about this as well, Celtic teams just went forward and absolutely pressed you. You had no time to even look up and pass the ball to each other, any other teams. I mean, that Braga's they're not a good side. And we made them look good. It was just very ordinary. Do you know what I think's happened? And you look at Rankers the other night as well. They got off to a terrible start. Butland was awful in the first goal for them. But they were getting pummeled and all, and it's like the other teams are pinning them in because they're attacking them, and that's what we should be doing. That Celtic should be attacking teams, especially at Parkhead, pinning them in and giving them no option to get out. I think if Celtic would be a better team, and maybe people will disagree here, but if Celtic had Butland in goals rather than Schmeichel, I don't think we would have lost the goals that we've lost in Europe or anywhere else. I just think he's a much better goalkeeper at the moment. And we've got money in the bank. Go and get him. Maybe he's not happy there. Maybe he wants to come out of Celtic and win some stuff. Because he's going to be with Rankers for another year and he'll probably win nothing. Maybe he wants to come to a winning team. But I think Sinisalah's got to get his start here with Schmeichel, because there's too many mistakes in him. You know what else I think's happened, right? So Russell Martin and the coaching staff of Rangers have somehow got into Parkhead and they've kidnapped the Celtic coaching staff and Brendan Rodgers and changed places, because we're actually starting to look like we're playing the way Russell Martin plays. We're just rank rotten. So I don't know what's going on here, but I think somehow they've swapped, and the coaching staff of Rankers are out at Parkhead at the moment, because that's just how it looks. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's probably them. Look, the other thing is, Big Ange Postecoglou, he's struggling down at Notts Forest, right? He's having a real terrible time down there. He can't get a win. I think that's 6 games he's played and he's no won. I know he started pretty badly with Celtic, but not that many games. If Brendan's no too happy at Parkhead and he wants to wait at the end of the season, couldn't Celtic talk to Forest? Because the Forest fans want Ange out. I don't know about the big Greek boss. Does he want him out? Does he want him in? Maybe a deal could be done. I know there's a lot more money involved in it, but maybe Ange just wants to come back to Parkhead. We would love to see him back here. And I'm no slating Brendan after a few games, but something's got to change. We can't keep doing this. Big Ange might want to come back to Celtic. Brendan might be happier going down to Nottingham Forest. Straight swap. I know the money, there'll be a bit of money difference, but sounds good to me. Why don't we go out there and try and do it? Because we're both, the Rankers and us are both playing absolutely mince at the moment, and I don't know how we're going to get through this, because we've not got any better players until January. Every time I see Celtic players or staff getting interviewed, there's no smile on their faces. Everybody's just smiles lost their faces. You can tell they're not enjoying it. I know results put smiles on faces, but you need to be happy to get the results first. So they need to start playing better, wanting the ball and playing without fear. Take players on. We cannot play with this anymore. And the board, like the Celtic board, and the Rankers board, they need to come out and tell fans the truth. Why is it? Why are we no signing players? Have you and Brendan fallen out? Like, tell us the truth. Somebody needs to let us know what's happening, because we just look like we're all over the place. Nobody's telling us anything. Look, I mean, let's go back to the signings, right? Engels, Nygren, Iheanacho, Tenecti. I mean, Tenecti's different class. Balaquisha, right? What's going on with these? Kieran Tierney. We knew he was injured before he came back. Now, the reason Kieran didn't last the game the other night is because he pulled up, he went to tackle somebody and he's went through, and you seen him kind of limping about, and he probably wanted to stay on because it was happening. He's probably thinking, I don't want to go off here, the fans will think I can't last the game. But the boy was injured, so you need to get him off, and they got him off. I don't think he'll be playing for a couple of weeks. He looked like it was an injury, pulled a muscle or something. Just looked strange. I seen it straight away and I thought, fuck, he's in trouble here. But we're going all over the place to sign players, and we had them. We had them in Scotland. Why the hell did Celtic not go and just grab Lennon Miller? He's played in the Scottish League. He's brilliant for a mediocre team. He'd have been much better in our team. I know we're probably thinking at the time, well, he's not going to get a game in front of Engels, Hatate, or Callum McGregor, or Bernardo, whatever, but he's a brilliant player. He's a young player, and he went for $4.5 million. We might have had to pay $5 million or whatever it is, but go and get him. He's much better than what we've brought in. The recruitment is terrible. There's another guy. See that Hickey that he used to play with us? He's a great defender. Why did they let him go? Maybe he didn't want to come. I think he's maybe a Rangers supporter. And then you had Ben Doak, and we let him go. Like, I don't know who's making these decisions, but fucking Lennon Miller would have just fitted straight into our team. He's a class young player. We'd have had him for years. The value on him would have just went up. He's going to go out there and we'll never be able to afford him again. So who's making the decisions no to do this? See, if we would have beat... This is how close it is. If Celtic would have beat Almaty, right? I know it was 2-0 draws, but we could have won the games easily, right? We played shit, we never won them. But you win that game. You won against Rankers, when we drew not on each of them, and we won against Hibs. They're 4 games that we should have won. There's no two ways about it. You can say, oh, the players weren't good. The players are good enough to win the 4 games. Rankers were rotten when they played us at home, and we were even worse. That's how it was not an each. They didn't have a shot and goal. We weren't far behind them. Almaty should have pumped them. On another day, we would have pumped them. So it's like we're 4 wins away from being all happy. Now all of a sudden, we've drew 2, we get knocked out of Europe, we drew another one, and then we get beat at home. And the fans are all up in arms. Like, if we won the games, we're no as bad as what we were. So it's the players on the park need to stand up and be counted. You can't keep playing and no getting anywhere. So, as for this weekend, I think this weekend he's got to change it up. But stop being loyal to players who ain't doing the job. We need to stop being loyal. So, here's my team prediction for Saturday. It's mine. It's no Brendan's. He might go with the usual. But if he does that and we draw again or get beat, there's going to be fucking hell to pay, because we've got an abundance of players there. Let's get them in. It's Motherwell at home. We should be pumping them at home. They're a decent side, but we're better. So we shouldn't have any troubles. So I'm going to start in goals by saying Sinisala's got to play. Now I think 99% of people will agree with that. Kasper is a brilliant goalkeeper. He's always been, but he's just not quick enough. He's not shuffling about enough. I don't know why he went with that shot with his right hand rather than his left. Maybe it wasn't set right. I don't know. But the guy should never have scored for where he scored for. And, you know, that's meat and drink to a goalkeeper. And he's fluffed it and let it in. So he's got to come out. His distribution was terrible. Get Sinisala in. He can't do any worse than what the big fella's been doing. But I know Joe Hart gave it up because he thought he was getting older. And I think Schmeichel's coming to the same part of his career. So he'll be in goals, I hope. You got to stick with Kobe Donovan. He had a shocker the other night, an absolute shocker. But we've all had shockers one way or another. Put him back in again. Let's see what he can do. He was playing against it was a big atmosphere. I know he should have handled it, but he never. But I don't think you can swap him with Tony Ralston. You got to leave him in there, you know. So he can't do any worse. So he'll go all right, and he's played well in the Scottish Premier League so far. So get Kobe in, get his confidence back up again. It'll be a nice victory, hopefully, on Saturday, and that'll give him another boost. Sorry, Sunday. I keep saying Saturday. Now, left back. I don't think Kieran will be in, and even if he's a wee bit fit, he can't play. So Sarachi's going to come in at left back. I think he's a real decent player. So I'll go with the left back and the right back, Sarachi and Kobe Donovan. Centre half. Here we go. They boys only having they're no great, are they now? But who else do we bring in? Dave Murray come on and he wasn't great, was he? Let's face it. But I know you're getting thrown into a European game when you've not had any game time. I just don't know. I don't know what's happening with this Pusey. Like, Brendan needs to come out and tell us the truth. Is he not on your plans, Brendan? Is he shit? Why are we keeping him for a season on loan, paying his money, and he's not even playing? Surely it can't be that bad. I don't know who's the recruitment. Why did they recruit him if he's that bad? I don't get it. I think he'll probably stick with Carter, Vickers and Scales at the back. If he doesn't, then Pusey comes in for one of them. I don't think he'll start Dane Murray. I think it's going to be Rachel at the back. So that'll be our back four plus a keeper. In the midfield, right, okay, we're at home to Motherwell. He needs to change it up. I think you've got to go different. I think you've got to give McGregor a rest. He's tired looking. He's going back the way. He's no penetrating defences. I think you've got to start Luke McCown in there. Get Luke McCown, teach him the Callum McGregor role. He's watched him enough at training. He's got the same left peg as him. He's a hard wee player. He goes forward. He looks for the forward passes, the killer passes as I called him, through the defence. He looks for the longer ball. We don't need to go back all the time. Let's play a longer ball. We've got pace there. So I think, Callum, you've got to sit out, mate. On the right-hand side of midfield, I would put Bernardo. So you've got McCown and then Bernardo. Because Bernardo needs a chance. You can't keep bringing him on and off, saying, oh, he had a shit game, but he needs regular football to get him up to pace with it. So let's get him in. He's a good young player. Portuguese, great touches. Let's get him in there. And then on the left-hand side of him, I'd play Benji. Benji's got to play on his natural side. You know, we're playing him on the right and he's left-footed. I know he can hit with both feet, but get him on the left-hand side, because if he was on the left-hand side, he would be feeding Tenecti, which is brilliant. Two real good players on that side of the park, with Sarachi bombing forward. I don't know what's going on. We've got to change something. We can't keep going with the same team, the way we play. Everybody knows how we play. Maybe you have to go with a 4-4-2. Whatever it be, Brendan, we need to change something, you know. But in fact, he'll play his three in the midfield. We're at home, and I think that would be a good three midfield. Maybe you disagree with me. That's all right as well. On the left-hand side, again, I would start with Tenecti on the left-hand side. You could actually switch him, because I think he'd be good on both sides. He'd be more adept on the other side than any other Celtic player that you put out there. I don't know why he's not trying it. Just try it. You can't go wrong. A player doesn't become a shit player just because he's on the wrong side of the park. So put him out there. And then you've got an abundance that can play on the left-hand side. You got Balaquisha, you got Maeda. You know, you can play them on the left-hand side. They're more comfortable. I know we're trying to fit him in. He's the only shining light in the team right now. I don't want to take that away from him, but I still think he'll be good on the right-hand side. So, does he try that? Through the middle, Iheanacho, he's got to play. He was very unlucky the other night. I mean, we all know that wasn't a handball. I don't know how the fuck somebody got that wrong. I've watched it I don't know how many times, and it never once even hit his hand, his arm or nothing. Hit him in the face. It's the game's finished now. You can never get the points back, but for God's sake, that was a terrible decision. Who's making these? I don't know. Have we got Stevie Wonder up in the fucking bar, like the VAR? I don't know. Is it him that's done it? Because Stevie Wonder wouldn't have been able to see that. That was an awful decision. And again, you can't change it, but it's awful. And even if you sack the guy that was on there, I don't know, maybe it was Russell Martin in disguise up there or something. I don't know. It was just an awful decision. But again, we need to get out of it. It's hard for me to get out of it because people were saying you would have still lost 2-1. No, we wouldn't have. Momentum would have been always Celtic. That goal goes in, the whole crowd loves, the players love. We're going for that one, and we would have probably got that one. But then the goal gets disallowed, the heads go down, and after that, we just look pedestrian. So that goal changes everything. I don't care what you say, it changed the whole game. And I don't know if it was a ref or who it was, but why did he no go out and have a look at the screen, same as we did? He just stood in the middle of the park and went, "Nah, no goal." Who told him that and why? Nonsense. Anyway, again, I need to stop getting upset about it, but it would have changed the whole game. So, Ian Axel for me starts through the middle, and on the right-hand side, we've tried Maeda again. I'd be putting Yang in there. He's energetic. I know he's not great, but this could be the game that sparks him off. I know we've been saying that for a fucking year and a half, but I think he's the better choice than Maeda or Forrest. You know, leave the two on the bench. Yang, you can see he's got a bit of energy with Tenek to the other side here. He's just the same type of player. He likes taking players on. So you've got two players, but we need to feed them the ball. The midfield, and that's why I want a younger midfield in there. We need to move up and feed them. So I would love that to be the starting 11. And it'd be great if we got a 2 or a 3 goal victory. Because I think that's what we need, just to kick us off again. Because it's went a bit flat. And I think we need a 2 or a 3-0 win with the crowd getting behind them. It's going to be difficult on Saturday because I think the crowd's pissed off. And I know there's a meeting on Monday between the Celtic supporters and the board, but the board's not going anywhere. We all know that. Hopefully it's a nice, peaceful chat and questions and answers, but they need to tell the truth. You know, if they start lying to the fans, that's all going to get worse. Need to tell the truth. Who's recruiting these players? Does Brendan want them? Why did we not buy more players? These are the questions. Again, Brendan keeps saying he can only deal with what's on the park and what's at training. But right now, he's not picking the right team, or he's telling them to hold back. Or I don't know what's going on there, but something needs to change. And hopefully Saturday can be the turning point for us. I tell you what, if we draw on Saturday or lose, all hell's going to fucking break loose. I don't think we will, but you can never tell now. I'm not going into the game with that much hundreds of confidence, but I'm confident, you know. Here's my prediction on the Scottish Premier League at the weekend, and it's going to be about 30-1, your money. So, and I think it's pretty straightforward this weekend. So I think Dundee United will win. I think Kilmarnock will win. I think Hearts will win. I think Celtic will win. Rangers will win. And Aberdeen will win. So there's your 6 teams, the whole Scottish Premier League this weekend. I reckon they teams could go on and win all the games. I hope I'm wrong about Rangers and I lose my money. I'm all right with that. Falkirk does a favour, but I don't think they will. I think the whole season going forward, Dundee, Falkirk and Livingston are the teams that you want to be playing. See the rest of the teams like your St Mirrens and your Hearts and your Hibs and that, they're going to be tough games to go away from home. And even now at home, they're starting to prove a wee bit tougher. But again, I think it's because we've been shit. So if we're better, they become easy games at Parkhead. But I think away from home, the only teams that I'd be confident in going is going to Livingston. No disrespect to them. Dundee and Falkirk. I think they're the 3 teams that will be fighting it out at the bottom of the year. I think Falkirk, unfortunately for John McGlynn, I think they'll go down. But it'll be close down there. Livingston, I like Davy Martindale. We all like Davy. But yeah, hopefully we can kick off the season again on Sunday against Motherwell. I don't know what the fans are going to be like. We'll just have to try and get behind them. I think we'll get behind them if they score goals. So I think it's up to the team. Don't blame the fans for no coming in. Get the game on the field, get it, the ball down, play football, play front, forward thinking football. score a couple of goals early doors, get the fans behind us, and let's go enjoy a game. And please, when you're getting interviewed, be interviewed with a smile. It's not the end of the world. You're getting fucking tons of money. All you need to do is go to training and play football. Everybody else is struggling. You go to your jobs, you're struggling. You fucking hate your job. You do this. Playing for Celtic is an absolute privilege. Play with a smile on your face, and if you do that, the results will come. So, anyway, I'll talk to you after the game, and hail, hail.